Hi friends, MD Vegan. Today is my juice fasting day. I do that once a week in the average. And I always try new juices. And that's so cool. A fresh juice I make myself, it brings really delight into my fasting day. It's a nice day because I don't have to cook in the kitchen. I can change my eating habits because, of course, the changing of the diet. On a fasting day, you don't eat, basically, for some time, and you reduce your calories, and the system has to adapt a little bit. It's different state of metabolism, how you get your energy. All that changes, and that makes it possible to change the diet. It's easier than to change the habits. If you want to have a better diet, fasting is a good way to try that, to do that. I do it every week, and it's really cool. One day, it's like a long night. You know, in a night, the body cleanses, it rests. On a fasting day, digestion rests. The fiber, that what makes the food healthy, basically from plants. Fibers are only in plants. On a the fasting day, I reduce the fiber from the food, and only the nutrients go in, the water, the nutrients, and that goes into the bloodstream right away without digestion. So pausing digestion gives it time to cleanse. All the energy goes directly into the system. Without this, usually there's the bulk of the energy from the food is only used for digestion, and that energy is not needed for digestion on a fasting day. So it goes into the senses, inner cleansing, inner healing also. If I feel happy on the fasting, if it's feel great, I really heal, my body heals. Because of that, I have to really feel great, and these juices, when they are delicious, they help me to enjoy myself. That's why I like the juices so much, because they are delicious, and I can create these flavors, these colors with the fruit and the vegetables and herbs, of course, all kinds of things. Today I make a beet juice, and the first beet juice, that is not so easy. Usually a beet juice is one of the more difficult juices. The easiest juice would be a carrot juice for fasting. If you want to begin to juice, carrot you can't go wrong with that. It's so easy. You just juice a carrot and enjoy. You can add an orange, or an apple. It's so easy. But the beets, you have to add something, otherwise it scratches in the throat, and many more things. So the first time I made the delicious beet juice, that was with a pear. And on that recipe I want to build today, it's basically a beet juice with pears. But originally I only add a little bit of pear and a little bit of lemon maybe to make it delicious beet juice. Today I add a large amount of pears. It's a pear juice basically with beets and carrots. Here I show you my beet, I show you my carrots. This is a lot of earth flavors here. So it's a little bit more complex flavor. Earth is complex by itself, the dense flavors, but the most dense here is the beet. This is a very dense earth flavor. A heavy, dense flavor, a lot of sugar in it. And the carrots are also earth flavor, also dense but lighter. As I already said, it's a very easy juice. Carrot juices, you can't go wrong. It's always nice. I want to make the beet juice a little bit lighter by adding a lot of carrots. Have then more juice, but lighter. It's not such a heavy earth flavor. So I'm going to try if I can do that together with the carrots. And I have the pears. So today, as I said, I have a lot of pears. These are 5 or 6 pears. And they are right in season, so I have wonderful pears. And they have to be ripe and sweet for this juice, because today I also add a lot of greens. I not only make a beet juice, I also make a green beet juice, or beet juice with greens. And the beets usually in the juicing give me energy, more endurance. That is scientifically proven. If you eat beets or drink beets a couple of hours before you work out, you have a better endurance. It's really, there are so many things in the beets that are really super healthy. So beet is one of the healthiest things we can eat. But the greens, they are rather, on a fasting day, green juice is rather refreshing. It gives oxygen and like as if the body takes a deep breath or so. It's a different kind of energy. Yeah, I don't know if you understand, but I don't know how to express, but adding beets, adding greens to beets, beet juice is a powerful addition, makes a powerful juice. It's a different kind of, it's a more powerful juice. Only greens and only beets is different than both together. And if you get it right, it's really nice and delicious, a very complex flavor and a very powerful. I love that. I have made many juices with beets and greens together. Today I take parsley, and that is for a reason, because the parsley, I have a small bunch of parsley here prepared. I washed it and cut it a little bit. Small bunch of parsley, because the parsley is a perfect combination to the pears again. And the pears are here the main character in this juice, after the beets, of course. The beet is always the dominant character because of the color. It's always red. Make a beet juice always red. You can't change that. Get more dark and lighter or so, but it's always deep red. Yeah, very dominant. And the pears go together with the parsley in a wonderful way. So it's a pear parsley juice. It can also make a pear parsley smoothie. You'll find it on my video channel, MD Vegan. The pear parsley is a classic in my cooking. And it's also nice as a juice, and at the same time, it's a beet pear juice. So beet pear and pear parsley, these two are together here. That's the main part, the main two parts of the juice here today, of the recipe. Two different recipes in one juice. At the same time, I add green juices and red juices. And I add the carrots to make the beets lighter. And I add a little bit of celery, a little bit to give it a smoky flavor. And celery is a very difficult ingredient. It's a super healthy green, but it's rather a seasoning than a vegetable main ingredient like the carrots or the beets, or also the fruit. The pear is also a main ingredient. The celery is only to season it a little bit. It has a very strong flavor. It is super healthy, as I said. It has potassium, that is a very great agent of the body. It can play the role of salt, but only in a healthy way. Salt can be easily overdosed, and then it is not healthy. And the celery can replace that. Also has a little bit of a salty flavor because of that potassium. It's oftentimes replacement in foods. Some people who cannot eat salt, don't want to eat salt, they can take celery salt. They just ground the celery, or dry it first, then ground it, and then you have a celery salt. It's pure celery. It's so salty. It's nice. I have made that too. But you can also use it in soups or in juices, for example, to give the whole flavor a smoky, more interesting tone. Try that today. I add a little bit of celery, and I have one question here. I don't know. I tried this same juice before with less pears and more celery, and I couldn't drink it. I mean, I drank it, but I couldn't recommend it to others because the pears were too little and the pears were not ripe enough. The pears were not as sweet as needed to balance these strong green flavors, parsley and celery. So this time I add more pears. They are riper than last time. And I add less celery. So I have double amount of celery. I usually use 1 stalk of celery or 2 stalks of celery. And this time I have only one stalk. And here you see that's not much. Yeah. But I want to try. Yeah. If it works. I want to know. Yeah. Okay. I have a lot more to talk about this juice, how this flavor is composed. But before I do that, I want to try if it works. Yeah, let's see. So I have a lot of pears. That's the great idea here. The basic idea. I make the red beets lighter with a carrot, and I add parsley. That's the idea. And then lemon and ginger. That is in many juices of my recipes. I add lemon and ginger as a flavor enhancer. It makes the other ingredients more tasty, more powerful. The ginger adds fire, and the fire helps digestion, and to put it in easy terms, not so scientific, it helps the other nutrients to be absorbed. So with ginger, you get more nutrients in. It's a great antioxidant, and it's anti-inflammatory. It has super many health benefits. Basically, the flavor gets a little bit fired up. Yeah, that's what the ginger does, and the lemon makes it all fresher. Yeah, it's also a strong antioxidant, very healthy. It makes the other ingredients fresher. The sugar in the pears, for example, and the other ingredients gets highlighted a little bit as the opposite of the sugar. The lemon is sour, and the sugar is a little bit lighted by the opposite. So lemon and ginger are a very nice pairing in many recipes, and they don't add so much an own flavor, they rather enhance the other flavors. And I don't know if I can add peel today. It might be too much. I always like to add lemon peel. I try it, but I have a celery here and the parsley, very strong flavors. And the peel can simply be too much for that. I'll try and let you know when I come back and with a ready juice. And I try it in front of you. So in a second I come back, now we'll juice it. Hey, this is my new juice, and while I was juicing I tried a little bit, a little teaspoonful, and I found out it works, and I can add the lemon peel. I added the whole lemon peel. I tried it without the lemon peel first, and it was nice. I said, could use a little bit lemon flavor, why not? Not needed, but and then I added it and it was even better. So now I have finalized the juice, and I have some here, some more. This is a liter about. This is a little bit more. I have a little bit more than a liter, and that's usually a whole meal on a fasting day. I drink my juices like I eat a meal on a fasting day. Take it slowly, sip by sip, and because otherwise, as I said, when you get the fiber out of the food, this is the fiber basically, yeah. At the trester, the pulp, what you get out of the juice, don't take that. It can be the garden, is a wonderful fertilizer, just put it in the earth, that's all it needs. The plants, they love that. I tried it. I have a little piece here that I can use in the garden. It's very great. And can be used for many purposes, but basically it's the fiber, what you don't eat on a fasting day, so the digestion can rest and the nutrients from the juice go directly to the bloodstream. And that means if you have it too fast, then there's a sugar spike or so in the blood, they call it. So much sugar, and then the body gets confused. It injects insulin into the blood to deal with the sugar so that the nutrients can go into the muscles. That is, the insulin does that, and when there's too much insulin, then there's an imbalance, and that is unhealthy. You can get all kinds of things from that, so get dizzy or so. It's not so recommended. So what I would do is drink it slowly, sip by sip, and then I can enjoy it greatly. I can slow myself down a little bit. I control myself. It's a good thing to do. But first I have to try to taste it. I didn't taste the final version. I do that now in front of you. So it's first see, I have the beautiful color. That's the beet color, always like this, more or less dark. Adding greens make the color darker, the red color. I like that beautiful deep dark color. That's when you get greens into it, you can even make it even more darker. But it's nice now. So the texture also, I had riper pears. That means the juice gets a little bit runnier, thicker, creamier. Pears make the juice creamy when the pears are very ripe. I had some very ripe pears and some medium ripe pears, but they're always sweet. And that's important. Otherwise this juice wouldn't have worked out, because the greens, the parsley, and especially the celery have very strong flavors. And so you need a lot of pears and for this juice, and they have to be ripe. When they're sour or not ripe, very hard, you can't use them. So what you have to see in the pear, if you cut the pear open, you see the seeds. And if the seeds are brown in general, that is always a sign the apple of the pear is ripe. When the seed is white, not ripe. That's how you can see it. And these seeds here from the pears were dark, brown, so black, and so ripe fruit. And it tastes also. It tastes very nice. At least the juice I had while I was juicing, not finalized. And when the pears are very ripe, they get softer, and then the juice gets creamier. And this juice is runny and a little bit creamy because I had only some of the pears were very ripe, so very soft, but not all of them. Let's see now what it tastes. That's maybe the most important thing. After the flavor, after the texture and the color, the flavor remains. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very good. I can taste the pear and the beet, the pear and the beet, I mean. I can taste the beet and the pear. This is a wonderful combination. But my first, as I said, my first delicious beet juice was the beet pear juice, and I tried all kinds of different things with the beet. The beet and pear juice is really classic, and I tasted clearly this wonderful rounded beet pear flavor. And I added the greens here. I can taste that too. The parsley and the celery is there, but not too much. Yeah, the pears and the parsley, as I said, are perfect together because the parsley has some kind of sour green flavor. To me, the parsley is the sour green flavor of all the green flavors. The specific sour parsley flavor is there, and that goes so nicely with the pear that has a certain bitter sweetness, this tender sweetness, the bitterness with a strong sweet flavor, and these sour and sweet and bitter from the parsley and the pear go so nicely together. That's in here too, in a very nice balance. It's a wonderful balanced flavor. That means basically you taste one flavor, nothing is so in the foreground. It's one rounded flavor, one balanced flavor. All these ingredients inside, I guess it's 7 ingredients or so. I gotta count carrots, pears, beets, lemon, ginger, parsley, celery. 7. Yeah, 7. That's a lot of ingredients. They're all very characteristic. So it's a pretty complex flavor in my recipes, and it's very rounded, and that's important. If I make a new flavor, it should be a nice, rounded, new experience flavor. And that it is. It looks nice, it tastes great, and it's of course super healthy, and that's what I want on a fasting day. I want some nice beverages that make me happy. I can enjoy these flavors here. I enjoy the benefits in my body. I can feel that right away on a fasting day. Body is more sensitive and it gets cleansed, and the digestion rests, and no energy is needed for the digestion, so our senses are heightened. They are open for many experiences, like cooking, for example, or creating new juice recipes. And that's very nice. I like that. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my videos, subscribe, MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And there is a Facebook page called Tree Yoga Moon Fasting. Tree Yoga is my yoga style from Yogini Kalaji. And she suggested to me to do this gentle juice fasting. So once a week or only on full new moons or whatever you want to do that. Per certain rhythm and only one day. So everybody can do it because one day cannot harm you if you are healthy. If you are a healthy person and you fast more than one day, it could harm your organs. So you should do that with a doctor or somebody who has a health professional or so to survey a little bit. But one day is really harmless if you are healthy and feel great. Though, of course, that's always an assumption. Yeah. Yeah. And this page, Facebook Tree Yoga Moon Fasting, that gives you all my juice recipes there. I post them always, and the fasting calendar for the best fasting days. There's some refinement there if you like that, but basically it's mostly about the juices and plant milks. I drink 4 liters a day on a fasting day. I found that is the best I can do to feel great. And if I don't feel great, maybe headaches or pressure or dizzy, I just eat a little bit. Yeah, I should never overdo that. I did that early in my life. It was not so good. The best thing is to keep it moderate, to keep it feeling great, not to push myself over the limits. Just a little bit over the comfort zone maybe, but not over the limits, not feeling bad, not having pain or something, or stress or so. That's not good, yeah. If you have enough stress in the day, right, in these days, there's a lot of emotional challenges out there, and I don't need to do that to myself. I feel great, and that's my mantra. Feeling great always, yeah. And then the body works best, the brain, the mind works best. Yeah, why not? Always be at your best. And stirring a little bit, and doing a fasting day a week, that is my little compass here. Brings me back in tune with myself. I can tidy up my mind, thoughts that I have forgotten that are still in the background, lurking there, come up and I can deal with them. I can let them go if I don't need them anymore. So a lot of good things are happening on that fasting day. It's like a longer night, to say, when the body cleanses anyway and the mind gets refreshed. A fasting day does that to the whole body and to the mind too. So that's, I can recommend. So thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe we'll see you soon. Yeah.